What's going on YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Batman Urban Legends, issue number 19. This one is written by several artists. There's a couple stories in here. So the first one is a Duke Thomas focused storyline. Then we have a Batman and what turns out to be a Scarface focused storyline. There's also a 2-page Damian-esque storyline. There's an Alfred storyline. And then there's something focusing on Killer Croc. So you get a lot of stuff in this particular issue of Urban Legends. I actually did enjoy all of them for the most part, although there was a 2-page storyline that felt kind of pointless to me. I feel like 2 pages is just too short to tell a story. You probably could have just saved those pages for another issue in here, or just kind of left them all together. But I guess it's just a 2-page kind of bonus thing. Like, hey, you got the comic, here's 2 pages. So let's go ahead and quickly cover what's going on in this issue. So, like I said, the first one is part 2 of a Duke Thomas focused storyline and the Outsiders based on last month's Urban Legends thing. So I talked about that last month. I think I said I actually enjoyed that one for the most part. And basically, in essence, they're trying to find Duke's mom. Everyone's kind of come together in this fashion. Metamorpho's there. We got the Man-Bat focused in here, or at least Kurt Langstrom's father-in-law. And there's all these experiments on these people who've been doused with Joker and Scarecrow toxin. Eventually, they are able to track them down. They're able to produce some sort of antidote. And Duke, after all this time, is finally reunited with his mother. When did he exactly lose track of like where his mother was at? Because I can't really remember this happening. Maybe it's been so long, and the storyline is kind of overdue. But I do like the fact that he's finally reunited with his mother. I think it's funny. Also, how she's flirting with Black Lightning because, well, he's Black Lightning. How can you not flirt with the guy? He's a pretty cool dude. So, like I said, I always liked Jefferson Pierce. I thought he's been a pretty cool character. And then Duke's finally able to kind of find peace with himself after just months and months of stress and all sorts of other stuff. Artwork was pretty good. First storyline's pretty good. Second storyline, ultimately, the reveal is that it is a ventriloquist and Scarface story, which I was really much enjoying for the most part, because it's kind of set up to make it look like it's some sort of psychotic kid. Well, I shouldn't say it's Scarface. It's another one of the ventriloquist puppets. This one's written by Zach Thompson and art by Hayden Sherman, and this one has a bit of misdirection in it, kind of because it makes you think, okay, it's probably some kid like who's gone rabid or infected with something. And then the fact that it turns out to be one of the ventriloquist puppets, I thought that was an actually pretty cool reveal, and it culminates in an interesting fashion. Ends on a bit of an ambiguous kind of eerie note. And then that's kind of it. So second storyline was pretty good, very misleading and interesting stuff going on there. The third storyline is told mostly like inside Two-Face head, but look at this thing. 1, 2, done. That's it. It's written by Joe Esposito it's so brief, like you could read the entire thing just like that. So, not much to say about that one. It felt kind of rushed and, just felt kind of pointless at this point, but, there you go. Then next up is the Alfred Pennyworth one. So I like the last issue was focused on Alfred. We come to find out like what's going on with these jade diamonds and all that other stuff and how they're kind of connected to things. It leaves on a bit of a cliffhanger to be concluded because it's the only one that seems to be going in like a 3-part thing based on all the stuff that's been happening in Batman Urban Legends over the past month or so. This is one that actually is ending in 3 parts. So pretty good one, Alfred focused. I like stories that are focused on Alfred, and just seeing him kind of go off and do his own things, it feels a little bit fresh because you don't really see Alfred that much these days. Although he did appear in today's issue of Batman vs. Robin, somehow brought back from the dead, however that came to be. So I'm not sure how he's back, and hopefully we'll get answers to that in the next issue of Batman vs. Robin. So, and then lastly, there's a pretty solid storyline written by Brandon Easton called Leatherbound. All these exotic animals throughout Gotham City are being killed, and it's up to Batman and Commissioner Gordon to figure things out. Some people think it's Killer Croc, but Batman knows better. And then the reveal, it turns out to be some crazy dude who wants to be eaten so he can be seen as some sort of god. Like, his motivations, he's just insane. But I thought it was a pretty good storyline, a lot of interesting it was just kind of a classic Batman tale of him going toe-to-toe and just kind of solving things. I actually quite liked this issue of Urban Legends. There was some pretty good art sprinkled throughout, just a variety of different storylines, not necessarily anything too major or extreme or anything like that, but I felt comfy and cozy reading this particular issue of Urban Legends. Nothing that was a major complaint about, nothing too terrible. Yeah, there's that 2-page storyline that just felt rather unnecessary in a way. It just felt like, okay, that's just kind of abrupt. I wish it would have been fleshed out a little bit longer, just maybe not even included at all, but it's 2 pages. Why am I fully complaining so much about 2 pages of story? So overall consensus, I think Urban Legends was pretty good. I like the stuff with Duke. I like the stuff with the last story with Killer Croc. I like the Alfred focused storyline. I just like this issue in general. I think this is a pretty good one. Oh, and the ventriloquist, finally utilizing him. When's the last time you've seen like a big like ventriloquist story in any of the major Batman books? I know he's more of a C-list Batman villain, but I always thought Wesker and the Scarface dummy, I thought that was kind of an interesting choice of a villain, and just, it's so out there, but it makes for something kind of fun and unique. So I'm kind of hoping we can get some more stuff in like Detective Comics or the main Batman book, maybe just a couple issues story arc with these types of characters instead of always introducing so many new Batman villains and such. Yeah, I mean, Batman has an 80+ year history going on here, but I do like to see other characters utilized in different fashions and such. So yeah, all right, well, I think that's all I have to say about Urban Legends. Not too many crazy thoughts about this one. I'm sure I'm kind of scattershot and all over the place in my thoughts on it, but I enjoyed it. So no real complaints here from me today, outside of those minor ones. I kind of just more like nitpicks, but I just thought this is a pretty good issue overall. So if you get the chance, check it out. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's video on this thing. I did come to find out, like, before I started recording, that there is one other comic book, but I will post that review tomorrow. That is another Dark Crisis tie-in. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. That's why I'm just like, okay, I'll get these 2 videos out tonight, the Batgirls 10 and this one, and then I'll just finish up. I'll post a video tomorrow of the Dark Crisis World Without a Justice League thing for everyone to check out tomorrow. So there you go. That's all I got to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.